And she was like, oh, all I want in here is a set of demons. And I said, no, you are the demon, because are you dumb? Who are you gonna disrespect like that? As you can tell from the title, we'll be doing a get to know me today, and I have a mini jar with some questions in it. So we're gonna pick from it and we're gonna get into what's really tea. So if you're interested, stay tuned, make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe, and let's unwind. So the first question is, where did you grow up and what was life really like back then? So I grew up in Rivoli, Spanish Town. That's like the ghetto. It is the ghetto. So that's where I grew up. But let's backtrack. So I originally lived, I think my parents said when I was just born or when I was a baby, they lived in Portmore and then they moved to Elthamview. I remember everything from there. So I lived in Elthamview basic school, I think to some parts of primary school, like grade 1, and then we moved to Ensom, which is like right around the corner, and I lived there until I was in grade 4 or 3. And then we moved back, or I guess we moved to Rivoli. That's where my mom is from. It wasn't bad as a child because there was a lot of other children there. My cousin, I have an uncle that's the same age as me. If you watch the previous video, you'll hear me touch on that because I'm there rant. But yeah, so it wasn't bad. It was very active because again, a lot of kids, even my aunts, they were like teenagers. Some of them be older than me because my mom had me when she was 20 and she's the oldest. I had a decent childhood, I would say, for the most part. It wasn't bad. I know person's experience worse. Not to take away from my experience, but it wasn't atrocious. And when I think about my childhood, I really just think about Disney Channel, watching kids. Like that's all I really cared about. I was a Disney girl, so never really bothered me as long as I watch my TV. Were you ever bullied or judged growing up, and how did it affect you? What was school like? There's 2 parts to the question. I was never bullied. I was very private. Not private, I was very reserved as a child. I never like talk to people, and I didn't care to have conversations or make friends. I was just a loner. And I remember in basic school, yes, I have memory of basic school, I don't know. But I just remember one of the teachers, or what does they call them, they called my mom or both of them, and they were like, oh, she just sits and stares, like she doesn't talk to anybody. I think something's wrong. I'm good, I'm just not like so I've always been like that. Man, no, I just not like it at you. But I was never bullied. In primary school, I had people that I didn't like them just the vulgar, like why did I do so much, just chill. I don't remember if I had a one friend. I think I did, like in primary school I had a little one friend and stuff like that, but I was fine being by myself for the most part. In high school, I've had constant friends through high school and I wasn't bullied. Stuff happened. I mean, I feel like everybody at least once in them high school experience just get a little brush of some negativity, but that's about it. Nobody never bullied me, nobody never made me go on a ball or shit like that. My parents were never called to school. Anything happened with teachers, I defended myself, so yeah. I wasn't. In grade 7, I probably was the bully, like me this so aggressive, Jesus. But yeah, I wasn't bullied. And school was good. High school was really good. I think my favorite year was 5th form. I don't know, I just feel like I was finding myself as a young girl. And stuff were just happening. I don't know, like, I don't even know if I think about, I don't know. 5th form was the year for me. I don't know if it's because it was my last year. 4th and 5th, they were busting. I was finding myself and I felt confident and stuff like that. Not that I didn't feel confident before, but everything just there go good. I don't know how to explain it. Even down to my ear, like I used to love doing my hair and child, I don't know what was going on. But it was just something. So yeah. I'm not sure when I pick the question, let me know. Hold on. We're gonna choose a next question. Did you feel like you had to grow faster than other kids? And why? This is a good question. I didn't feel like I had to grow up faster, but I guess I did. Some stuff I just didn't like. Looking back now, I just feel like I never needed to know certain struggles that my parents are going through. I don't need you to be telling me, oh, I don't know where you go get money from school tomorrow, or like I understand that you want to be transparent, but I feel like as a child, certain burdens we never need to take on with you. Like you could have deal with that yourself. It's like you never need me for. It wasn't necessary for me to be included. You get me? Like I wanted to be in La La Land for like at least just make me go and enjoy my childhood and not be worrying about where me to get money from and then stuff like that. But that's probably the only part as it pertains to like growing up, taking care of myself. To an extent, but it's like I loved being independent. So like here, body care, like girly stuff. Me go out and learn that by myself. Like, I never really depend on nobody. Never need for, you know, sit down and have a talk with me. Cause me I watch YouTube videos and I'm learning by myself. And yeah, it doesn't mean, I don't think that's like growing up, but I feel like I took on a level of independence where I didn't need to be babied around. Even today I was looking on my graduation picture and I was like, I did my hair, I did my makeup, make sure I say all of my subject, like my parents never did have to come up at the school. I can't count how many times my parents came to school, and that was because a parent teachers meeting or you know stuff like that. But I could have managed certain things myself. Yeah, so it's not like I was selling in the market or stuff like that. And my parents them gone if me have to take care of my sister. It wasn't like that, but a different aspect of growing up. But it's something that I welcomed and I was fine with because I really like being independent and I still do. It was just a thing. How did your environment influence the way you think or move today? I bear what do you call this? Strong, deep questions that come up first. But I forget what question to. Sorry. Let's talk about where I lived. Growing up in the ghetto or Riverley, there's a time, multiple times, that community was very hot. Like, babes, you know, say you have to stay in your yard. I vividly remember I wasn't going to St. Jago at the time, and I was coming home from Ensom Primary. That's the high school, Ensom City Primary. That's a primary school I went to, and I remember walking in the community and it was a soldier everywhere, jeep everywhere, guns out, them in the yard, and I'm like, what the hell's going on? And they thought that, oh, somebody with them look did come in our yard, and I was like, what the hell? But it wasn't like. But that was my first time encountering like what the ghetto is really like. I remember seeing fights where girls stab each other over man, and I just saw everything that I did not want for myself. Things I would have never deal with, man I would have never dealt with. You know, like everything I saw is something I didn't want for myself. So it influenced me to rise above, always be better than what I'm surrounded by, and strive for more than what's their norm. So for them norm, I feel dig with them and niggle and, you know, a fight over man, I wanted more than that for myself. And again, even though I lived in Riverley, I still had the mentality of, I remembered what it was like living in Eltham. So I'm like, a ghetto is all I know. And I was still traveling, and you know, somebody still experienced life. It wasn't like, oh, I'm just, my vision just, you know, surrounded by the ghetto. Like, me can't see beyond it. I saw beyond it. And again, I was always watching videos. If I'm on social media, I was following somebody that I was inspired by or I admired. So it was never like, Jano. It's hard. It never hard. I knew what I wanted to do. I knew what I wanted to become. And when I started my business, I was about to move, but I was living there. And it also taught me how to see I'm blind here and there. Because if you don't want to end up 6 feet under, you better mind your own business and not speak on what does not concern you. Alright? Yeah, because, baby. Guys, another one. Has social media ever affected your confidence or mental health? No. My personal life has affected my social media presence and my mental health, but it was never social media is a cause for it, but personal life stuff affected my presence on social media and my mental health. I know that social media isn't real world. I will see things and people try like, you know, be sneaky, and I just laugh it off, like, quite literally. I rarely answer back people, and when I do, I get as smart as them. That's why I feel like I don't like confrontation, you know, but if I answer you, I answer you, babes, because what are you trying to do? I'm very jovial, like, I love laugh after everything, but I'm very big on respect and boundaries. It's a thin line between the two. So yeah. But it has never affected my confidence. Me? Do you see me? What? Come on. Come on. Next question. That's never happened, babes. What's a random fact about you that most people don't know? My favorite color is purple. I don't know a random fact. I think everybody knows everything. Everybody knows I like Aki. Everybody knows I love creating content. Yeah, I've said my favorite color is purple. Not harsh purple like a lilac or lavender. Yeah, that's my shit. That's my shit. If you've ever purchased from my business, the purple that's on the branding, that's my favorite color. By the way, go and follow Reine Cosmetics on TikTok, Instagram. We have lip gloss, lip oils, lip scrubs, lash serum, exfoliating gloves, lip scrub. I said that already, right? Alright. Next question. What has your hair journey been like? Were you always natural? My hair journey has been a roller coaster. Let's start. So I don't know much about my hair when I was younger. I just knew that my mom did it. And then when I was in either 4th, 5th or 6th grade, I knew it was texturized in 6th grade, but I don't know if that's when it was done. As I was saying, I'm not sure if it was in 5th or 6th form, but it was definitely texturized. And then when I went to grade 7, it was transitioning, so I was going back natural. And so the hair was natural, and then the ends of it were just weird, and I just remember feeling so insecure. And then by, I'd say, the 2nd semester to 2nd form, that's when I started like wearing my natural hair. I was a puff girl. Every morning I take out my ocean and I brush up my hair and me in a puff. And then I started curling it when it went back fully natural. I'll try to insert some clips if I can find them. But yeah, so that's when I started learning about my hair. I was just using Eco Gel at this time and like Contour products, which used to dry out my hair. Contour products really dried out my hair, but I never learned about it until like 4th or 3rd form. I really stopped using it. 1 second. I didn't necessarily learn about it until like 4th or 5th form. No, 3rd or 4th form. And then I stopped using it. I was using shea butter in my hair. I was doing my DIY mask, deep conditioners, and my hair really started growing. And then I remember one day in 5th form, I just cut it. I don't know why I cut it, I just cut it. And so that was that. And I've cut it twice since then. I recently did my big chop in July because I silk pressed my hair for the 2nd time ever professionally. And then after that, I was going over it because I was overseas and it was winter last year, January. And I went over it so many times until it just fried. I remember I washed it and that shit was still straight. So when I came back to Jamaica, I, cut it all off. And now we're here. I want to show you, but I don't really want to mess up my curls. But this is how it's looking. So yeah, I had to go and do something really quick, but we're back. So the next question is what are you studying in school and what has your experience been like? Any tips? I'm studying criminal justice, a major in criminal justice and a minor in legalities. It's been cool. I go to school overseas and I like traveling, so I think that was something that I always wanted to do because I love traveling. I'm really interested in all the aspects of criminal justice, so why not mix both and go somewhere that I don't know or somewhere new. So yeah, that's what I do. It's been cool. I enjoy it. My last semester my GPA was 4.0. Here at big up me. But any tips? I would say I didn't go to sixth form to get into that school. I don't think with the degree that I want you had to go to school, but I had, so in school I did business and science, only one business subject, but still I did all three sciences: chemistry, physics, biology. I did OA, I did foods, both English and math. That's it. And I dropped IT. I'm just gonna, it was too much honestly. So that's what I did, and I just gave them my CXCs. I wrote a letter, like basically telling them about myself and why I want to pursue the degree that I am applying for, and I got through. I got through to 2 universities, and I chose the one that's in New York. Actually, I got into like 3 of them, but I just chose the one that was in New York. So yeah, it's been good so far. And I say if you want to do something like that, just do your research. I know that is it junior colleges? I think that's the word. But those are cheaper than regular universities. But yeah, and then you can transfer. I didn't do that. I don't know if I would. I don't know if it makes sense, because then we'd have to transfer, go on one junior college and then transfer back to our regular university. So I don't know. But yeah, if you do want to know anything else, you can always message me. Always open to answering questions and all of that. But yeah, next question. When did you learn the importance of setting boundaries? I say I learned that from a very young age, but I didn't know what it was. I know from a younger age that I didn't like everything, I didn't go for everything, and nobody could force me to do what I never want to, parents, anybody. But I didn't know that it was setting boundaries. I didn't know the correct term until of late. But I think primary school, but like adult boundaries recently. But in primary school, again, persons could force me to do anything. I did not like certain things, which is why I was saying earlier that I know everything or everybody really talk to, because certain things I just didn't like for myself, or me never want them type of people that are around me. So yeah, that was that. But really high school taught me, you know, because high school, I mean primary school is kind of more, it's less of a variety. Primary school is less of a variety, I would say, because everybody when I know, like nobody never did left from Kingston for come in some city primary, or you know, stuff like that. So everybody was within the same vicinity. When high school, you had persons that lived in Kingston that was coming to Jago. You have people who are coming from the ghetto, you have people who are coming from uptown, all different walks of life, and they're all merging in that school. So I think high school is where you really learn to set boundaries or you lose yourself. Because peer pressure would have taken you over, I'm telling you. So I say high school is where I really learned to do that. I don't know, I'm looking in the camera. Oh, I don't look weird, but alright. But yeah, high school is where I really learned to do that, and I've learned to be more respectful with setting boundaries. Because when I'm in high school, bro, I just start to anybody any way I want. I remember this teacher was like, we were in second form, we had get trouble and blah blah blah. She never liked the class. I don't know why she taught us. And she was like, oh, all I want in here is a set of demons. And I said, no, you are the demon. Because are you dumb? Who you gonna disrespect like that? Teacher or not, I don't care. And then she was like, oh, go stand up outside. And I did. And then she wanted to see my parents. All know she didn't see my parents. Cause girl, I'm gonna go home to my parents. I'm gonna say like I was never afraid. Like even when me gone in a third, fourth form, she said, "Oh, is that your parent?" Girl, move on with life, please. But yeah, so I'd say high school is where I really learned to set certain boundaries, cause you will lose yourself. What would you tell someone growing up like you did? As it goes for school and living in the ghetto, growing up in the ghetto, I would say know what you want, like find yourself, or sit down, really think about your future and what you want, put your goals, even if you don't have no goals, write down all your aspirations, everything, and you move accordingly. Even if you don't have the money for move a certain way there, how you carry yourself. So you can't say, oh, you want to be a lawyer and doctor, but you still sit down on the roadside about it and mingle, or you not take your book serious. If you show interest and effort, then other people will show interest and effort in you. That's what I believe. So you have to show people, say you really want what you say you want. Like actions speak louder than words. Maybe doing all of that, somebody will see you and want to sponsor your education, or they'll tell you about a scholarship. You never know what can happen. So I would say just move accordingly to how you want to live in the future, or your goals. Like say you want all ones in a CXC, CSEC, CAPE to be able to get a scholarship. You have to beat a book, even if you can't afford to go to class. I know that if you put in the work and you have some teachers who will really help you stay back with your gear, extra work, and then come to school and mark it. Again, show effort and interest in yourself, other people do the same. So yeah, that's the advice that I would give. But me personally, I never start go classes until like 4th form. I know I could do my work, I just did lackadaisic. But I never did fail. I just do just enough to get by. But when the results them come out, I bear distinction and A's, 1s and 2. So yeah, but I was never like, oh, I need to show off, and I just never cared. I just wanted to enjoy myself. Down 3 and then 2. So we have 5 more questions left. So let's see. Why did you start posting content and how to stay consistent? Whenever I'm looking back on videos from school, I have all the videos of everybody and everything, and I just loved recording. I don't know, me capture every moment. So from that, I remember I was going to start the class and I was simply recording at home, and somebody said, why not start a YouTube channel, because you record everything. I was like, type shit, I should do that. I was never shy of the camera. Like, I'm going to go and post a video on my TikTok. Like, I used to be I used to get up 4 o'clock. Mind you, I live like 5 minutes from school. I used to get up 4 o'clock in the morning and start combing my hair. And trust me, I was recording. Even if we never posted no way, I was just recording me doing my hair. And I always just did love the camera. I mean, I know photogenic, videogenic, all of that. And then my first time I posted was in 2022. Like, I used to post just like regular TikTok sound, but I started posting content in February of 2022, I think, and it's like becoming her stuff. That's when I got my first 1,000 followers, because I was supposed to post for all of February, and I did, and I got 1,000 followers, and I started from there. But I've never been consistent with it. I'm a big critique of myself, so I wouldn't say I've been consistent, because like when we post 3 times in a month, I don't find that being consistent. I was consistent at one point and I got to 10K, but I haven't been, because I travel and I don't like putting too much of my life out there. So, but that's about to change. Like, I'm on top of everything because I know what I want, and I am grown now. Like, I feel like I have more of an understanding, and I know what I can share, and I know how to share without oversharing. But to stay consistent, you just discipline. That's literally it. Be disciplined. Do it when you don't want to. Like right now, I've stopped this video twice. I could have literally said, alright, it now work out, but why? I was saying to myself that, you know, if I stop, then I just I prove myself right, say I can't be disciplined, or one little hiccup I gonna make my that's where a video. So I continued. But you just have to be disciplined. Again, know what you want. If you want good, nose of your own. That's literally it. Do it when you don't feel to. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Okay? And comment what's your favorite color and something that you've learned over the course of life. What's one thing growing up in the ghetto taught you that school never could? I think I've answered this indirectly. How to be persistent with your goals, how to be disciplined and not fall prey to the environment around you. Even if everybody do something where you don't want to, don't make it feel like it's impossible. If everybody rub and mingle, don't feel like you have to rub and mingle or feel like that's your destiny in life. Like, trust me, you can reach as far as you think and your imagination. So if you feel like say you can do it, put in the work and you can do it. That's something that the ghetto taught me. It taught me how to be street smart as well. As me say, see I'm blind here and deaf, focus on only what concern you. So even sometimes like we'll be talking about stuff that happened in school, and me say when that happened, like I remember that cause I literally just in my own zone, and it was so funny in school because there was this one girl, she'd have a problem and I would never understand why, because babes, I don't even see you. But school really taught me that. Like mother walk on the road, not school. Ghetto taught me that. I would be walking in the community and I just don't know, like when I see people but when I see them, apart from making sure that I'm safe, I don't care what's going on. That's really what the ghetto taught me. And more, but that's what stands out to me. What's something people romanticize or misunderstand about where you grew up? This is a lot of questions about where I grew up though. I often romanticize it as well. It's like a fast life in a sense because there's something always happening. I don't know, like it just get a rush. It used to give me a rush until it started giving me anxiety and insomnia. But I would be outside chilling and just see a man jump out and one carry with a gun, and then an hour after that a bear shoot out a gun. You see dead body. Again, it's kind of crazy because the stuff that I grew up around are stuff that I'm not interested in. But I sit down and watch bear murder documentary and stuff like that. After a while I have to take a break because it takes a toll on me. But I think the fast life of the ghetto is what people often romanticize. Gunman or Don or whatever dead, and you know the people them start barricade the place and like fire them on the news. I say justice and stuff like that. Like I think the people within the ghetto often just them. I don't know if you guys understand, but them romanticize certain things we're enough to romanticize really. That's my puppy. We're on the second to last question. I don't know what's wrong, but what's one message you want younger girls, especially from similar background, to hear? Guys, hold on, I don't know what I'm doing. Sorry about that, guys. I don't know what was wrong with him. But yeah, the question said, what's one message you want younger girls, especially from similar background, to hear? But I think I'm just gonna generalize it. I don't know. I just feel like I'm repeating myself, but stay focused. Anything you want, you can achieve in life. Like, it's... I know words are words, but it's literally so true. It might not happen overnight, it might not happen in 5 years, but if you continuously work towards that one thing, trust me, at some point you're gonna look back and say, oh, I'm not realize I'm gonna jump over that hurdle here, or you know, I've achieved the minor things. So what I like to do is I want to achieve this big goal, right? But clearly, and of course, there are steps to getting there. So I write down minor goals that I want to accomplish in order to reach the big goal. So you know, say even though you're not immediately get to that big goal, you're still achieving things and working towards it. So not like you feel like a failure or you're not making any positive moves, or you know, don't be too hard on yourself. And one life we have to live. Like, yeah, we want to achieve things, but you have to enjoy it at the same time. So find enjoyment in the process of getting there. Like, I know an overnight thing. It's just a climbing ladder. Just enjoy life, stay focused, stand on your boundaries, don't let nobody disrespect you, and be happy. Find enjoyment in life. Me, my friends, my little friends that I have, my babies. Even if I'm ever sad or anything, I know so I can call them and they might give me a beer joke and good, like I feel better. Like even last week we were on this phone call and I had so much to do. I really feel down, genuinely. I went up on the call for 2 hours and I felt so good, bro. Like them boys be chatting me out, okay? But yeah, just find enjoyment in life. And again, if you haven't subscribed, make sure you do, because we're on the last question. I don't know what this says. Hopefully it's something cute and girly. What do you want people to know about you beyond stereotypes, labels, or where you come from? I think I've answered this in a lot of other questions. I won't answer it, but what I will say is it's not all glitz and glam over here, okay? Like always saying, them just always assume some stuff, and I'm like, damn. Them assume I'm rich. I'm like, baby, are you? I'm not rich. I'm not in a relationship. I'm not married. Like people always ask me if I'm married. If I wanna get them something there from, I just can't fathom like the man that I'm going to marry. I'm not for the him A game, and me I got on my A game too. Even though I don't do anything. I'm just a good girl, young lady. But yeah, there's so many things that people accept as a norm that I don't. So as soon as a boy slip up, him have to go. I'm sorry. Me I know your mother, me not babysit nobody. I'm so sorry. But yeah, I'm just out here living life. And traveling. I like to travel a lot. If you're somebody that's never solo traveled before, I would say go somewhere crowded. There was levels to my traveling alone. So I'd go to Mobile by myself. I've been to Mobile by myself. That was before I ever traveled overseas by myself. I went to Mobile, took the Knutsford. Like, I'm a Knutsford girl. I just enjoy it. I don't know. Sitting, sleeping, everything. So yeah, when I'm going to the airport, I travel by myself because I always go to Mobile. And I take the Knutsford, go. I draw my suitcase when I'm in New York, when I'm in CT, when I'm in Tennessee, I'm by myself. The last time I traveled with family was 2023, and we went to Florida. Every time after that I travel, it's by myself, and I really enjoy it because I like being by myself, guys. But it definitely can feel weird and awkward and unsafe, but I try to be on my P's and Q's and pray. Trust me. Because I be taking Uber 12 a.m. in the morning and I with man, and you know, so I never fall asleep in the Ubers. I always make sure I'm tracking where the route that I'm at is, sending out location to people, have service. When I'm overseas, I have service because I do have a foreign number and it's connected. You just have to know to maneuver yourself, and if you wait on people to do life with you, you're gonna miss out on a lot. So that's something that I always try to remember, and just do whatever I want. I mean, there are definitely stuff that I want to do with my friends, but overall I have no issue traveling alone, because yeah, I'm not gonna wait on persons to enjoy my life. And then I also don't like to, again, I'm very specific, so if I genuinely really excited want to do something, I'll probably do it by myself instead of doing it with somebody. Because then what if the person, like, I don't like tying something that I genuinely want to do to any memory of a person. So say I want to go Aruba, I don't know if I want to go Aruba with a friend or a man, and then you know every time I think about Aruba, me I go say, oh yuck, I'm gonna with that person and me and them are not friends anymore. So that's one of the things that I think about, and I'm like, do it yourself, enjoy it, you know, stuff like that. That like motivates me to do stuff by myself, so the memory isn't tainted by any bad thing or just something that felt uncomfortable and awkward. If you do feel uncomfortable and awkward, it's because of me. I'm not nobody to blame but myself. So yeah, that's how I do it. But you guys, thank you so much for watching. That's all the questions covered. Should I do a thumbnail? Yeah. But I'm about to go. I have a video that's posting today. So yeah guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you haven't already, please turn on your post notification. Comment any type of videos that you want to see from me, and I'll definitely see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you learned something interesting about me. I do think I'm pretty interesting to an extent. But yeah guys, thank you so much for watching.